There you see now how all your so-called power counts for absolutely nothing. How your entire empire of destruction comes crashing down, all because of one little cherry. One little. What a lovely ballet. It seems so full of form and color. One little.
It's Mo. It is Sunday, July 16th, and I am in a totally different location, and I am in a totally different state. I have made it to Ohio. So yesterday, I had to leave my house at 5:30, and I took a flight from Newark to Cleveland. It was pretty uneventful, except that it was super crowded in the airport because I guess the day before they had all these cancellations. So it was crazy busy in the airport. Because of all those cancellations, one of our flight attendants on the flight wasn't able to get from wherever she was to our location. They weren't going to be able to take off without the proper crew, and we were so lucky because we were running about 5 to 10 minutes behind when this was going on, but it looked like it could stretch out into a huge problem. And a flight attendant who happened to be just taking the flight in a jump seat, she like volunteered and said that she would work our flight even though she was not supposed to be working. She was supposed to be resting. So she was able to work our flight, and we were able to take off about 20 minutes late. We actually arrived on time. My friend picked me up from the airport, my BFF who lives here. I'm taking care of her cats this week. Came right home. I got to see her new house. Well, it's not that new to her, but it's new to me. I haven't been here before. And I got to see my cat nephews, and I got to just settle in with them because they're a little bit wary about people. But they've known me their whole lives. Like, I've known them since they were little baby kittens. Then had dinner at a local pizza place. We went and picked it up, and I guess it's Ohio style pizza, which is like a round pie but cut into square slices. It's like medium dish with cheese all the way to the edge, so there's not like a big puffy New York crust on the edge. I think my husband would really like that style of pizza, but one of the things about traditional Ohio pizza is that it is like a very sweet sauce. We ordered way too much food, so I have a lot of pizza to eat over the next few days. That was Saturday. We were all really beat. I had about 4 hours of sleep on Friday night, but unfortunately I couldn't sleep. I was too excited about the trip, and I knew that my friends were gonna get up at like 4:30, so I just got up with them. We hung out in the morning, we had some coffee, and then I went back to sleep. I took care of the cats and I went back to sleep because I was like, it's too early. It was beautiful. It was super foggy and gorgeous out this morning. Now it's about 1 in the afternoon. I've eaten lunch. I've watched a bunch of booktube, very luxurious. I'm gonna take a little walk around the neighborhood, and then I think I'm gonna try and get out to some shops and stuff later today. I want to go to the library. It's really close to here, but it's closed on Sunday, of course, so I'll have to save that for another day. That's my Ohio day 1.5, and I will definitely let you know when more stuff goes on. Let me know if you've ever visited Ohio. Let me know what cities or what areas of Ohio you visited, and I will catch up with you soon. Later on Sunday, I ventured out, and of course I found the nearest Goodwill. I can't resist thrift shopping when I'm exploring a new place. They had a lot of craft supplies, and they had a lot of books, which was fun. I found a homemade ice cream place. They only served hard ice cream though, which was confusing to me and confusing to the girl. I asked for soft serve and she looked at me like I was nuts, but I enjoyed their little backyard and ate some ice cream. there's a little pond right near the house. So the next morning I walked down there and took a look around. It was really smoky and hazy still from the wildfires. So of course I picked that day to walk around the town. This was Monday, and this is what the sky looked like in the middle of the day. It was crazy. I ended up going out for a little bit of a late breakfast to this super cute diner where I actually tried to get in the wrong door and totally upset the diners sitting there, and everyone stared at me when I walked in, but I settled down with my book pretty quickly and I think they forgot about me. I hope I didn't ruin their breakfast. It's July 19th, and this is my last full day in Ohio. I'm here with Gary. I have a lot planned for today, but I haven't really been checking in. I've been having a great time. It feels very much like all the Vermont vacations that I used to go on. Every year for like 20 years, my mom and I would go on vacation in the end of summer, like right around Labor Day, to Vermont. So that's like the off season for Vermont. And it was just like beautiful and hot and very rural where we used to go. And that's how this area of Ohio feels to me too. The houses were like comfortable, lived in. And that's how this feels too. Of course I'm comfortable here because it's like my BFF's house and it has my nephews, but also definitely different from my house. It's much cleaner and tidy. She is a minimalist. I'm not a minimalist at all. So it feels kind of like that vacation home vibe, which I'm really digging. Mostly I've been hanging out, taking care of the cats. My normal morning routine of like getting up, having coffee, taking about 45 minutes to an hour to 2 hours to just read, chill out. Monday, I explored a little bit more. I explored the town, like the little town that I'm near, and did some of the things that my friend had left me a checklist to do. I also went to some little free libraries on Monday. I found a used bookstore on Monday, so that's super fun. Yesterday on Tuesday, I had to do my office job, but work from home. So I did that for most of the day. Now we're at Wednesday. It's my last full day. It's about 10 in the morning. And I wanted to pop in here and just talk about what I've been reading. So I brought The Bullet That Missed by Richard Osman, and I finished this book. This was my book that I was planning on reading in the airport on the plane, which I did. And I finished this book yesterday morning. This is the third in the Thursday Murder Club. Super fun. Happy to be caught up on the series. Enjoyed this one, but they're definitely getting like more and more ridiculous and more over the top. But that's not a bad thing. It's just the direction that they're going in. And once you know that, you know that. I read My Sister the Serial Killer on audio yesterday. I wanted a really short audiobook that I could read like all basically while I was working. That one, I do have a physical copy of at home, but I didn't bring it with me. I thought about it, but I thought maybe it would be too like scary to bring with me, but it wasn't. I really enjoyed that one. Thriller, stalkerish themes and themes of like social media and themes of being obsessed with social media and using social media kind of as a means to the end. I really like the sister relationship in My Sister the Serial Killer. It was very complex and interesting. I just finished it this morning, so I'm still like thinking about it and digesting it. So the other thing that I've been reading is A Night Without Armor by Jewel. This is her poetry collection, and I have actually read this one before. I like this copy though. because it smells a little bit like patchouli. I got this in a Goodwill here. I feel very like nostalgic reading it, and it feels very like hippie-ish and like very 90s to me. The smell of this book conjures up just like my 90s teenage childhood. I'm about 3/4 of the way through, so I'm going to finish this tonight probably. The next book that I want to read, I think, is The Guest Cat. I brought this with me. This is a very short little translated work. This is by Takashi Hiraide, and it is translated by Erica Sealand. I'm going out to lunch, so I think I might try to read this while I'm at lunch and then hopefully finish it up by tomorrow. So I have bought quite a few books, and I do actually plan on buying more books tonight. This is gonna be like my last hurrah for buying books. I'm really going to try after this to go on like a book buying band and a book acquiring band. Definitely buying. I don't plan on going anywhere to buy any books. I have not been going on the book sale website. I've been trying not to go to like Goodwill and Salvation Army. And if I can avoid going thrifting and if I can avoid buying books, that would be amazing. And then I'm also going to be like super selective about what I get in little free libraries and places like that. So I'm going to try. I will come back to you after I have bought the rest of the books that I want to buy from this trip and give you like a little book haul of the things that I bought. It's a lot. I put them over there. I'm actually going to have to send them back to myself because I don't have enough room in my luggage. It's definitely been like a reading vacation for me, a book vacation, which I really like. I'm going to be happy to be home for sure, but I'm definitely going to miss my cat nephews. My friend didn't have her compost set up yet, so on Wednesday I took some of my compost out to the little pond and yeeted it right into the bushes. I figured it'll compost itself that way. This is just a really peaceful, nice area. There were like frogs chirping and cicadas, and it's a beautiful way to spend a few moments. next morning, the last morning of my trip, I finally saw the famed Oreo, the outside cat that lives around where my friend lives. She told me all about him, and I had been keeping my eye out for him the whole trip, and then I finally saw him. While I'm here and while I'm tidying up to leave, I thought I would show you all the waste that I generated while I was on vacation. So I didn't generate this, but it was here, and I looked to see if there were snacks for me, and there were not. I drank 3 cans of water. I used a can of chickpeas. This was my little waste. There's 2 loo rolls that I didn't use all of the loo rolls, but this were the end of the rolls, so I'm gonna put those in the recycling. This came with the sandwich that I had yesterday for the ketchup, so I used the rest of the ketchup last night when I ate part of the sandwich, and there's that. I did find some snacks, so I have the 2 packages from that. I bought some stuff at a Goodwill, so I have some plastic lined papers, and to go along with that, some little plastic tags. I didn't finish the head of lettuce, but I ate some of the head of lettuce and took it out of its plastic. I did use a container of blue cheese that was packed in plastic. I pulled the top off of a milk, and this was just the container that I was putting all this stuff in before it goes in the garbage, or for certain of these items in the recycling. I don't know exactly what gets recycled here, so I'm just gonna recycle the things that I know. The first night we had dinner, we got styrofoam containers, so we got 3 of these, but I ate 2 of the salads on my trip here. I'm actually going to repurpose these, and I'm going to put in some plants that I brought to take home. So I'm going to use these instead of getting rid of them, and then I'll have to just throw them away at home. I also got my sandwich that my friend can eat, and this is a styrofoam container that the soup came in with the sandwich, so hopefully she'll eat these. There's not really anything that can be recycled there, but aside from that, I used treat packets for the cats, which look like this. So I used 6 or 8 of those. So that was waste that was generated. I feel like there was something else that while I was out I had to throw away. Oh, there was a cup from when I had ice cream the first time that I didn't want to bring home because I didn't want to put the dirty cup in the car. There were a couple of pizza boxes from when we had pizza. I might be able to save the top of that and put it into recycling. So if I can, I'll save it and put it into recycling. If not, it has to go in the trash, obviously. So if pizza boxes are oily at all, you have to put them in the trash. But I think that was like the majority of everything that I ate and did. I tried not to get any drinks or anything out while I was out unless it was at a restaurant that came in a cup. I reused some tinfoil that they used on things that I was eating out of the fridge, so that got a second life. And I think that's it. It is 45 minutes. Oh my god, half an hour before I have to leave. I have got to get going. I am freaking out a little bit about leaving. I just filmed a book haul. I'm packing. I have to pack the camera, so that's why I'm trying to get all this done and get the F out of here. I had a really good time. It was a super fun vacation slash working vacation where I took care of my nephew cats. I don't know how I'm going to put this vlog together, but I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of Ohio and spending a few days on vacation slash cat sitting with me. I'm super grateful to my BFF for inviting and thinking and letting me do this. I'm super grateful for my nephew cats for being such good boys while I was here. I'm sad to leave because it was fun and I'm leaving without getting to see my BFF again, which is sad, but I'm super excited to go home and get back to my routine and see my own cats. Let me know if you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know if you have any questions about anything you saw here. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll be back in New Jersey for the next one. Bye.